Next week is usually one of the busiest of the year for churches, but Way 31 learned religious leaders aren't just changing their plans, they're planning for a potential financial burden. Way 31's Ashley Carter spoke with a Decatur pastor who says times are hard, but he's urging everyone to keep the faith.
Because of the coronavirus, churches like the one behind me are going to be empty on Easter and Palm Sunday. That's the main reason one pastor I spoke with today said he's glad that churches were included in the federal government's Coronavirus Relief Act.
It's just going to be different, but it still can be fun and creative.
Darius Creighton has been the pastor at Bridge Builders Church International in Decatur for 18 years. This year, his church and others are finding unique ways to share Palm and Easter Sunday sermons. He told me people can drive up to the church and stay in their cars while he stands outside and preaches the sermon.
We started last week doing the drive-up church, and so we'll be doing that this Sunday and Easter as well.
With two significant weekends coming up, Creighton said not only are churches having to come up with a way to share their message, but some are also being hurt financially because people aren't able to give their tithes and offerings in person.
Well, it's good to know that the federal government has thought about the local church in its assessment of the needs that are taking place.
It's why the federal government included providing relief to local churches in their Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. Churches can apply to have 2.5 months of financial assistance during this time. It's something Creighton says he's appreciative for.
Well, it's good to know that the federal government has thought about the local church in its assessment of the needs that are taking place.
He said even though things are rough right now, it's important to stay positive and keep praying.
Let's not talk about the virus, let's start speaking to the virus, and let's call it done, and let's eradicate it from our coast and from this world so that we all can be safe and sound and continue to live a good life.
Clayton was a faith-based representative at the Decatur press conference this morning. He just spoke about how churches are doing during the coronavirus, and he says that they're just really trying to keep their head up and remain positive so they can be there for the community in any way they can. Live in Decatur, Ashley Carter, Way 31 News.